because
that's why we advise always to bring a third party to carry out this exercise and for it to be as much as possible inclusive. A third party, saying something to your father is very different than saying it to your facilitator and who will
massage it and bring it in a diplomatic way, giving other examples to the patriarch and saying that things like this happened with other families, without necessarily saying that it is happening with your family and under your nose and then you're trying to hide it and deny it. But it happened to others, so you don't want it to happen to you as well. So you plant seeds and you engage in conversation. And again, we discovered that the seers are extremely wise. And all they want is peace at home. They really don't care whether they have one building more or one building less. It's the last of their worries. And how the empire is going to be divided at the end of the day. Most of them are believers. And most of them know that at the end of the day there is a rule of distribution of wealth, at least physical wealth. But at the end of the day, what they are concerned about is the well-being and the luhma between the family members. And this is what they strive for and they look to achieve.
And the process is done really well. It will bring the family to start talking more to each other. So, for example, when the dad expresses this and the conversation happens, usually the family starts setting precedents that they have these difficult conversations and work through it, because this is very important for the sustainability of the business, that they know how to talk to each other. So I'm sure, do you have any examples of how families become stronger because of the process?
Well, families
I'm sure there are also cases of breaking throughout the process, but can you give us examples?
Well, in both cases, if we start with breaking, yes, there are cases where you reach a certain limit of no return, where perhaps it is healthier to break up than to force people to live together if they don't want to live together. So this happens. There is a Canadian poet who wrote a song who passed away recently, and this is why it comes back to me, Leonard Cohen, who said in his song, he said, cracks exist, cracks exist in everything. This is how the light goes through. It is by arguing, conflicts within family businesses, if we're going to talk about conflicts within family businesses are healthy, in the sense that they allow things to surface. Sometimes you get to a point of no return where people draw pistols at one another. This is the extreme. But when there's disagreements, when there are misunderstandings, when there are differences of opinion, it is healthy to find a forum, established forums, and this is where family constitutions come in. When we're talking about formalizing the next session, the next part of the process, it is to include in the family constitution forums where people can meet from time to time to discuss matters, whether it is on the business side or whether it is on the family side. We need to create those forums in a systematic, disciplined manner, so that people have the opportunity to voice concerns, to discuss matters, ask questions in a formal manner, in a disciplined manner, and in a respectful manner. Because when we work with families and when we instill a certain understanding of the values that basically guide them, we are basically how can I say? We are triggered. The whole process is triggered by three elements. One is the trust that is earned among family members, and trust is earned by deeds, trust is earned by words, trust is earned by demeanors, trust is earned by the way you behave with others. It is earned. You cannot just tell somebody, trust me, and it happens overnight. And trust generates respect. If you say white, I say black, then there must be a reason why you say white, and there must be a reason why I say black. So this is where the discussion, a polite discussion takes place between people, where I would like to understand why we're saying white. Perhaps I can bring you to grey, and you from black, you can bring me to grey, so that we can find a consensus between us. And all this is triggered by what? One single thing in family members. The word love. Within families, this is the only ingredient. This is the glue among family members. This love element is the respect, generates the respect, generates the trust, and this is the glue that keeps people together and gets them to sit around a table or within a room like this and talk about matters. And this is the only thing that basically will make things succeed. If we don't have that element, and this is where the role of seniors is extremely important, to instill and bring down that love element and that respect element and the values part, otherwise there is no reason to talk about family business. You can just talk about business.
Keeping that part is important to keep the family together. Okay, so moving...
Sorry, there was a question over there, sorry.
Yes, actually I have two questions related to each other. As you know, mostly, especially in our legal institution, it's not, the family members are not obliged to implement the family constitution. They might work 2 years and then they will put the children like what they have said. So, does this system work? There is no leader in the family. Could the third generation they create, or if there is a case that there is a family, they don't have a leader. And is there any preparation phase of level before going into the family institution, creation, trust, or whatever?
Well, yes, I mean, everything starts with somebody starting the process. Somebody starting the process is basically the person who is interested in the process, and perhaps a remark to what the gentleman mentioned earlier. 8 out of 10 of the mandates that we have received so far came to us through the girls in the family. Doesn't mean that the girls are the leaders in the family, but the girls have a way into daddy's ear. And very often in our society, they are considered to be the weakling, where the elder boy usually takes over from father and has the tendency to take over daddy's shoes and daddy's seat. And where today the girls who are extremely educated and go to universities and understand and eventually would like to play a positive role in the family and in the society, feel that they need to have their place. So leadership is extremely important, and that was part of the question that Jinan asked a bit earlier, the communication part. The family has a leader. It is usually the senior person, but very often the senior person delegates this power to a son or to a daughter to take over. And on the business side, we need to identify a leader. And this is where preparedness, and this is where the workshops that we have with family and family members try to identify, so that people will leadership is a matter of co-optation, mubayah. You don't impose yourself as a leader. Either you are a born leader, or people from the family will identify that you are a person of trust, a person that we look up to, and we would like you to be the marja, we would like you to be the person, the go-to person when we have an issue or we have a problem. And this is in terms of the family side. But on the business side, you will need a qualified individual to be the leader of that business, because you are entrusting that person with your monies at the end of the day, and with the well-being of that business that needs to grow, needs to generate revenue in a sustainable manner. So you need somebody, it could be the same individual, or it could be somebody else. And this is where sometimes, when families grow to a certain extent, they abdicate the role of business leadership, and they appoint somebody from the outside the family who is totally neutral and who has the qualifications to take that business to the next level. So the leadership part is extremely important. The day before yesterday, I was lecturing at a university in the Lebanon, and a member of the group, I mean, it was a room of mostly executives, family members, who is a member of FBM, without advertising for FBM, who mentioned that 3-4 months ago in the summertime, they were having a gathering in France, I think, and among them he was sitting by accident next to a gentleman from the Grenier family.